Welcome to the course Unix and Shell Programming. Myself is Nagmalikras, Assistant Professor CSC Department from Vignan Institute of Information Technology. So today we are going to discuss lecture 5 from UNIT4 is about the eval command, nothing but evaluation command, and exec, nothing but the execution command. In previous lecture, that is lecture number 4, we discussed about sleep command and about script command. So if you want to stop the current execution, that is with the help of sleep command, or if you want to record our entire session or whatever the activities that we are performing on the terminal, if you want to record that part, that is with the help of script command 4. So we discussed these two topics in the lecture 4. So while coming to lecture 5, these are the two topics that we are going to discuss. One is eval command, evaluation command, and exec command, nothing but execution command. While coming to lecture outcomes, so students able to know how to evaluate the argument with the help of evaluation command. So students able to know how to use the execute command, so without creating any new process. So now while coming to first topic in this lecture is eval command, nothing but evaluation command. So what is the role of evaluation command means? Evaluation command is used to execute the argument. So whatever the argument we are providing to the execution command, it will execute that argument. So indirectly some command will present in that argument. So that command will be executed. For example, consider this syntax. This is the syntax eval command. For this command I am providing some argument. So it will execute this argument. That means in this argument it will contains some command. It will execute or it will evaluate that command and it will use the output. For that reason we are saying evaluation command is used to execute arguments. Nothing but arguments contains some commands, or previously we can assign some commands to that argument. So if you want to execute that argument with the help of eval command only, it is possible. So let us see some examples how eval command, nothing but evaluation command, will helpful to the users. Now let us see how we are going to use the evaluation command in the shell script. If you observe here, assume this is a variable is equal to, within double quotation we have to write the command. So within double quotation we have to write the command. This entire part within double quotation, this entire part will stored in this variable or in this argument. Later on we are providing this thing to the evaluation command. For that reason, starting I am saying this one is a variable. In this variable we are assigning some command. So we know that ls space option L, nothing but long listing. So whatever the files or subdirectories that are present in my directory, with the long list it will displace, or with the long list it will use the output. Now here I am assigning this command to the cmd or this variable. Here I am using eval command, nothing but evaluation command. For that I am giving here argument. Here I am giving here argument $cmd. So this is nothing but argument or this variable name cmd. We know that dollar is nothing but the content present in that variable. Here in that variable, what is the content that is present? ls space option L is nothing but how this shell evaluates means, here we are writing like this, no, eval $cmd. So it will replaces, we know this is a variable name. In this variable name, if along with dollar, what happens? It will gives the content present in this command. That means entire part is replaces with ls space option L, because this thing only we stored here, no. So it will replaces this entire part with ls space option L. Now this eval command will execute this one. So this is nothing but command. For that reason, in definition we are saying that eval command executes the argument that we are passing to this command. So for this eval we are passing this thing ls space option L. So it will evaluate this command ls space option L. Now this is the output. So this is the output. So total how many files are there? These are the file names. These are the file names. We know that long listing is nothing but starting some permissions are there, next links are there, after that username, next one group name, and file size and time and date, and last parameter is file name. Like that in 7 parameters it will gives the information. For that reason option L we are using along with ls command. So like that whatever the argument we are passing to the eval command, nothing but evaluation command, it will evaluate what is the command that is present in that argument. So in this way we are going to execute the evaluation command. Now coming to second topic in this lecture, number 5 is execution command or exec command, nothing but execution command. You can see what is the meaning of exec command or execution command means the current shell process with the specified command. So the exec command replaces the current shell process with the specified command. So let us see what is the meaning of this one. The exec command replaces the current shell process with the specified command. That means assume this is one flow, like this execution is happening. Now here based on some commands one new process may be created. Again this is normal parent process. So this is parent process, this is child process. So after termination of this child process, again it will like this. That means again only one flow will be there. Here assume this is one flow, assume this is parent shell. Here based on some commands one child process is created or it gives birth to the some new process, nothing but some forking. So new process will be generated or new process will be created. After completion of that process, child process, or after terminating of that child process, again it will back to the parent process. Again only one flow is there, nothing but parent flow or parent process flow. So this is normal process or this is the normal explanation without this exec command. Now see this difference between without exec command, this is without exec command. Now we see with exec command what happens means this is same normal flow. Okay, at this junction based on some requirement or based on some command there is a chances for creating the new process or it will gives birth to the child process. Now along with exec or if you are providing this command, here what happens means actually this is parent shell, no, here new process will be created, no, nothing but child process. Now what happens means this exec will replace this parent process or current process with child process. That means only one process will exist. That process is new process. That means old process is replaced with new process. So in previous what we are saying here, new process is separated, old process is separated. After completion of this new process, again old process only present. But here there is no old process. This new process is replaced by or old process is replaced by new process. With examples I will tell here. So for that reason here we are saying the exec command replaces the current shell process with the specified command. Not only that, when you run a command normally, that means without any exec command, what happens means when you run a command a new process is spawned or forked or created. Without any exec, what happens? A new process will be created. The exec command does not spawn or does not create a new process. That is the difference between with exec command and without exec command. So with exec command what happens? It does not create any new process. So it does not create any new process like this. It does not create any new process. Old process will be replaced with new process. So that is the meaning of exec command. So the exec command does not spawn a new process. Instead of that, the current process is, this is very important one, the current process is overlaid with the new command or new process. For that reason here I am, whatever the circle, assume this is old one, this one is new process. So this is overlaid with this new process. Without exec command what happens? New process is separate, old process is separate. But here only one process will be exist, that too, that is only new process, because the current process is overlaid with the new command or new process. So in other words, the exec command is executed in the place of the current shell without creating a new process. So let us see some examples. While coming to syntax, exec, and for that we can provide some command or some arguments. These are all options, and we can provide some input redirection or we can provide some output redirection. Here if you observe this example, here I am writing exec space bash, after that enter. What happens means without exec, if I am writing like this bash, this is shell prompt, bash enter. what happens? Without exec command, if I am writing bash command, after that enter, what happens means, wherever you are typing, assume this is parent shell, this is parent process. After typing like this bash enter, now this shell prompt will blinks like this. That means now you are in child process, or this is parent shell and this is child shell. When you are typing like this exit, what happens? Again dollar prompt we can see here with cursor. That means it will exit from the new process and it will come back to the old process, or it will exit from the child process and again it will get back to the parent process. That means it will come out from the child script to the parent script. So this is without exec command. When if you are writing like this exec space bash, what happens means, see this is this is without exec. Now I am saying with exec. In parent shell or in parent process, I am writing like this bash enter. What happens means, in previous it will create some new process, no, but here it will not create any new process. That means the main process is replaced with child process. Now whatever the this shell prompt you are saying, that means now the current process is child process itself, not parent process, because when after writing this exec command, what happens means our current process is replaced with new process. So that means this indicates now you are in new process, not in old process. So what happens if you type here exit? If you type here exit, what happens? It will come back from child shell to parent shell. Here if you type exit, what happens? Here we can treat only one process, no parent process like that, because it will replace with this one. That means child process, old shell is replaced by this new process. So when you are typing exit, overall it will terminate or overall it will come out from the shell script. In this way we are going to execute the exec command. Here see another example, exec space vi space my file. So let us see here, without exec what happens? VI editor, vi space my file, after that enter. Now what happens? VI editor will open like this. We can type some text. After that save and exit, :WQ, enter. What happens? It will exit from this VI editor and cursor will blink like this. This is normal process. That means when you are typing this VI space my file, one new process will created. That new process is this one. When you are exit from that, again it will get back to the old process. Now what happens if you are providing exec to this one? Now I am writing like this, exec space vi space my file. Observe explanation of this one and this one. Here without exec, now with exec. After enter, what happens means, here only, that means this current process only replaced with VI editor. That means there is no parent process. That means it will replace, parent process is replaced by child process. So we can, this is VI editor will open, we can type some text. After that :WQ, here the difference. If you write here :WQ, what happens? It will come back to the parent shell. But here when you are giving :WQ, save and exit, :WQ is nothing but save and exit. What happens :WQ, enter, you can observe the difference. It will come out from the shell script because it will treat it as only one single process, that is only VI editor. But here current process is separate, VI editor, that new process is separate. For that reason, after exiting this of VI editor, it will come back to the again main process. For that reason, still you are in the shell script, but here this part is replaced with VI editor process. For that reason, when you are typing here :WQ, it will exit from the shell script. Now let us see how these two will executed with small video. Here we are providing without exec. If I am giving here bash, up to here we are in parent shell. Now whatever we are typing, this is child shell. This is child shell. So exit means again we are cursor here means now you are in the parent shell. Now again I am providing exit, that means from parent shell we are getting back, or we are coming from parent shell we are exiting. That means that's why we are came out from the shell script. So bash child shell, in child shell we are giving exit, so that's why it come back to the parent shell. Now here, what is the effect of exec you can observe. Now exec space bash, what happens after that enter, this cursor is blinking now, this is current process only, not new process. So if you are exit, what it indicates means we are exiting from the current shell. In previously, new shell, new process separate, old process is separate, but what happens there means, so here when you are providing along with exec, what happens means that current process is replaced with new process, that means only child shell only present. For that reason what happens, in child shell when you are typing exit, it will come out from entire shell script. So that is the meaning of exec. Now let us observe the example of VA editor with exec, without exec, what happens. Now without exec, what happens, when you are giving VA editor, the file name is some demo exec, what happens, this is new process. In new process, some data I will type, and after that :WQ, it will exit from that VA editor and it will back to the main shell prompt, that is without exec command, that is the effect. So I am typing some text, and after that here I am using some :WQ, here :WQ, save and exit. What happens, from child shell to again I am back to the parent shell. So this is the effect of without exec. Now I am providing with exec, what happens, let us check. So with exec space, again VA space, demo exec I am giving. Now this current process is replaced with VA process, that means VA editor process. So whatever the screen you are seeing, this is the current process. If you are typing here :WQ, it will exit from the entire shell. So that is the meaning of exec command. So here I am adding some text, after that :WQ. So after providing some text, here :WQ, save and exit, what happens means it will come out from the entire session. So that is the meaning of exec command. So in this lecture we discussed that about EVL command, how we are going to execute the argument, nothing but the command that is present in that argument that is executed with the help of EVL command, nothing but evaluation command. So we discussed the topic exec command is nothing but without creating the new process, how it will replace with the current process, and how we are going to execute the current process with examples we already seen in this lecture. Thank you.